Sarada is walking straight into a death trap, and the craziest part, Boruto is the one sending her there. In Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 35, Boruto comes up with a plan that sounds genius on paper, a reverse trap. Sarada gets captured by Code, Boruto tracks him down, teleports in, and finally eliminates him. Except there's one problem. Every single major variable that could make this plan work is already falling apart. Code isn't stupid enough to blindly walk into another trap. Kashin Koji's guidance is suddenly compromised, the Shinjus are becoming smarter and more emotionally developed, and worst of all, Sarada may be forced into a battle she physically isn't ready to survive. Boruto believes he can save Sarada, but with every pillar falling, Boruto's failure will cause Sarada to pay the price. Now in the latest chapter of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Boruto reveals a rather risky strategy designed to eliminate Code once and for all. The idea is simple. Sarada intentionally allows herself to become bait, Code captures her, takes her to his location, and Boruto uses the flying Raja to instantly appear and finish the job. At first glance, it's actually one of the most realistic ways to find Code. After all, Code now knows that Boruto can and will kill him, so he's hiding. He's cautious, and he isn't going to challenge Boruto head on anymore. But even Boruto himself admits, unforeseen circumstances are possible. And if there's one thing this series has taught us recently, it's that the smallest mistake can completely change the future. Just ask Inogen. So with that being said, let's talk about the 4 biggest reasons Boruto's plan could completely collapse. Code sees through the trap. Apparently he's fucking right. Throughout the series, Code has definitely had multiple fumbles. His strength and might as a member of Kara has been put to the test multiple times, and unfortunately for him, every time it matters, he has failed to prove anything. However, this is a result of dealing with very powerful shinobi and cyborg that have clearly surpassed everyone in that league. Kawaki, Daemon, Jura, and most recently, Boruto. A shinobi that can and will not hesitate to take Code's life right now. Now, as a result of his recent encounters with Boruto, Code right now is most likely in a defensive and strategic mode. Like I've said before, Code is not the smartest tool in the shed. However, one of his favorable suits is his stealth and eavesdropping abilities. During the battle with Mamushi, Code had already planted a lot of claw marks throughout the village. And while I did remove this from my chapter reaction, link in the description and the comments if you want to check that out, there is a strong possibility that Code, while he did pussy out of the fight from Boruto, could have left a mark on Boruto. Yeah, kinda crazy. Or even most likely somebody else within the village close enough to Boruto. Now this does seem like an unlikely outcome considering that Boruto is a very careful person, and he does have someone beside him that can tell him the future and make him prepare for every possible outcome. However, just like Boruto himself said, unforeseen circumstances are possible. Another possible way Code could deal with this encounter with Boruto would be to recognize the markers of Boruto. Simply put, Code has encountered and seen Boruto use the Flying Raijin at least twice now, to the point where in the 31st chapter, Code had already anticipated that Boruto would come to rescue Bug. From this, it's possible that Code could consider Sarada's capture, depending on the nature of how she's captured, a little too convenient. But then again, this is Code we're talking about here. I'm not gonna give him too much credit. There is even a possibility that even when he catches on to Boruto's plan, he still wouldn't be able to react quick enough. But as Boruto said, unforeseen circumstances are possible. Yeah, I'm gonna keep spamming this shit just so you know. Boruto has just lost his greatest advantage. While Boruto is the major piece of this puzzle when it comes to rescuing Sarada and defeating Code, the person to give information and assist this mission and make it go as smoothly as possible is Kashin Koji. To understand Koji's position here, we need to create a web. Koji sits at the middle, obviously, with Boruto and Sarada on the side, and then other potential relevant assistance coming from other Leaf Ninjas. But the most prominent assistance needed is Inogen. In the previous chapter, Koji gave Inogen a toad in case of any emergency. Now clearly Koji handing him this toad is in preparation for Boruto's plan, and just like last time, Inogen is a centerpiece for information transference and making communication possible through vast distances. However, Yeah, my boy got folded. Yeah, Kashin Koji, the person capable of seeing the future, was captured by Bill Nye the alien expert and an angsty teenager with daddy issues. This is not really the best place to spam this shit, but yeah, unforeseen circumstances are possible. So I think you see the threading here. With no spiders connecting the lines, the web falls apart, and it puts a heavy strain on this mission. No Koji means no commune with Inojin to warn him about this, which means Boruto is on his own. And not just that, any potential future side that Koji sees during his stay with Amado will not be commune to Boruto, because as we've seen with previous prescient scenes, it usually occurs in accordance with a major event. What I will say though, that you still have to understand that this possibility is completely dependent in Amado's intentions with Kashin Koji. We might talk about that later. By the way, if you are enjoying this breakdown, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get back to 1,000 subscribers, and only a small percentage of you watching are actually subscribed, as you can tell. So please like and sub to the channel. Like I said, we're trying to get back to 1,000 subscribers. The Mangekyo problem. Now, after already explaining half my realistic takes on what could happen to Sarada and cause her to die, there is also one obvious possibility. The Mangekyo problem nobody is talking about. Now, imagine Sarada does find herself in any of these situations. Code finds out and tries to kill her on the spot just because he gets pissed off or some shit like that. You know, code stuff. Maybe even the Shinjus. And then she needs to defend herself. But everyone she would have to go against would most definitely require her to use her Mangekyo Sharingan. And considering she just came out of the hospital, that will lead her to get blind. The immediate toll will take effect, just like Sasuke. Now, everything we've discussed so far, Mangekyo Sharingan problem, Kashin Koji's absence, and even Code seeing through the trap, definitely do have a relatively equal chance of happening. The one thing that seems inevitable is Sarada versus Hidari. Now, this possibility is based on where Code could potentially take Sarada to after capturing her. Either he takes her back to his hideouts or the Shinju's hideouts, which most people consider the same place. I guess we'll find out soon though. But if it's the latter, then Sarada is in a bigger mess than anticipated. Hidari, the Shinju that targets Sarada due to Sasuke's bond with her. This truly is a test for Boruto if they end up fighting once again. And making matters even worse, Jura could also be there. I mean, if you think about it, it's realistically the reason why Sarada is going there in the first place, as a bargaining tool for the Shinjus against Boruto. So the Shinju's hideout definitely seems like the best place that Code would take Sarada instantly after capturing her. Now, there could be a chance for Sarada to stay alive, at least for a while. Obviously, in the recent chapter, Jura highlighted that Mamoshi's loss was what caused his downfall. His excitement to devour Ada completely clouded his judgment, which prevented him from seeing his inevitable downfall. Considering Jura's acknowledgement of this imperfection and short-sighted mindset, he, and more importantly Hidari, could prevent themselves from instinctively acting on their desires, which could leave Sarada alive potentially long enough for Boruto to come save the day. However, the problem here, and I mean big problem, is that this will not be the case. Chapter 23. In the most recent vision Koji had, we saw many things that in current time has already happened. The battle against Mamushi with Daemon on the side, Boruto innocently taking a nap in the middle of a desert, Inojin using the mind formation transfer jutsu, Himawari doing whatever the fuck, and Kawaki battling Jura. But the one unfulfilled event that will take place is the battle of Sarada and Hidari. Let me ask you a question. Where do you think this has the most potential of happening? If you say something stupid in the comments, consider yourself doxxed for the rest of your life by me. Maybe that's a blessing for you, you freak. This prophecy must be fulfilled, but maybe to Sarada's favor. Unforeseen circumstances are possible. The scary thing is that none of these scenarios are impossible. Every single one of them is already being set up in the story right now. And even if one piece of Boruto's plan goes wrong, Sarada could find herself trapped between Code, Hidari, and Jura with nobody coming to save her. Maybe Boruto pulls it off. Maybe Sarada awakens the full power of the Mangekyo. Maybe not. Or maybe this is the moment Ikimoto finally reminds us that being close to the main character doesn't make you invincible. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to see where this goes. But if you want to see my reaction to the chapter, click here. And if you want to know what the fuck is going on with Himawari, click here. And if you also want to know what an OG character of Naruto, Sakura, should be doing into Blue Vortex, click here. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.